I will not set 3 questions because I didn't want to be unfair for you during the final exam.
Is the final going to be like that?
So did you check the review
On Newton?
Yeah. Okay, so let me so okay, so
I'm a YouTube star?
yeah. So okay. Let's come here. Then so sorry, before we go to that. So final exam. Okay. So for the final exam, so I wrote to you a mail on I think it was on 11th or something. So the mail was saying the final exam is on May 3rd of May. And the exam is 3 to 5 p.m. So that is our final exam. So that is our final exam. So the final exam is it's usually from section 2.3 to all the way to 11.1b. So from section 2.3 all the way to 11.1b. 11.1b. So what you need to do is you will do your exam in Newton. So this is your final exam. It will be here. So what you do, you open Newton the way you're doing your homeworks, and then you check the final exam, the one which is written final exam. So there are 2 exams. There will be 2 exams there. There is a one which you just saw it. It's a practice exam, right? Mm-hmm. And then there is a final exam. There is a certain time when someone did the practice exam, there's a final exam. So be very careful. Do the final exam. Do not do the practice exam.
Did they get a 0?
Yeah, you will get a 0.
Just grade the review?
Yeah.
It's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So you cannot grade the review because that's not an exam that you're supposed to do. So you get a 0. So the only thing that so you lose 25%. So you'll get the allowance, but you lose 25%.
Yeah, that's a-
So that's almost a fail, right? Actually that one is a fail. Because you remove 25% from 100, that one is what?
25.
Yeah. That is a C or what? Yeah, that's almost a C.
It's like a C plus
Mhm.
or C.
Yeah, and you cannot tell me you got 100 everything in the other one. So the final exam. So you go to the final exam. So when you do your exams, so so because this one is a final exam, please make sure you're writing the clear work. So you write your work very clearly so that I can actually follow it easily and grade them. I don't want you to lose credit. So you write your steps. So there are some questions which need some steps so that they can be graded. And there are some questions that they only need the answers. So I know it will not be different. So there are some questions like questions which have 2 points. This will only need the answer. So actually, if you don't get the correct answer, then get a 0. That's a 0. And mostly this is a question which is graded in Newton. So Newton will just grade it for you. So if it's 2 points, you'll get that 2 points. But the one which is for 5 points, that's the one which actually you can get the answer and put it in Newton. But if you don't get the correct answer, again, Newton will give you a 0. But if you bring it to me, if I see it, then I can give you some partial credits there. So, but the one which is for 2 points is 0 if you don't get anything. Okay, so you're allowed to use your calculator, you're allowed to use your notes, you're not allowed to use the internet or applications or whatever. So you're not allowed to use all those. So you must upload your work on Moodle within 10 minutes. Within 10 minutes. So the way we were just doing the exam 1 to exam 3, so after doing the exams, then I'll create a folder in Moodle where you can send your exam there. You can send your exam there. So if you fail to do that within 10 minutes, then you lose 30 points. So if you don't send it within 10 minutes, then basically you lose 30 points out of 100. So you lose 30 points. Okay. What else? So you remember academic integrity, dishonesty. I don't want to put you in trouble. I don't want to put myself in trouble. So you need to remember the exam integrity and dishonesty. Okay. Any question up to there? All right. So let me share with you the practice exam that you guys were supposed to check. You didn't tell me I was not sharing the screen. Were you seeing what we were doing?
I can't see it. I can just see you right now. I thought you were still pulling it up.
Oh, okay. So let me see if we can share the screen. Okay. All right, so this is our final. So are you able to see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so this is how our final exam will be like. So this is a sample final exam. So, and those are the instructions that you're given. You have 2 hours, 15 minutes on paper. Show up, simplify answers. Make sure to number your problems, okay? Then box or circle your answers. Your personal notes are permitted. You may use scientific calculator. So problems 1 to 18, no partial credits, okay? Are worth 2 to 4 points each. Okay, problems 19 to 31 are eligible for partial credits. There are 100 points total. Now, the actual final exam will have one less question. Submit your paperwork within 5 minutes of being done, following instructor's instructions. Okay, so those are just the instructions. They can still change. So the instructions can still change. Okay, so this is the kind of questions that we may expect. They are actually simple but very tricky. Yeah, so if you don't follow them properly, then you might put yourself in trouble, especially the partial credits ones. Okay. Okay, so like the first question there, graph the horizontal line going through the ordered pair, -2, 3. Write the equation of the horizontal line. So what is the horizontal line there?
-2, 3.
What is the horizontal? Rather is the point. What is the horizontal? What is the equation of the horizontal?
Oh, you mean like y equals?
Yes. So the point there is -2, 3, right? So it will be -2, -2, and then 3 somewhere here. Okay. And then you're supposed to draw a horizontal line. So the equation of that horizontal line is
Y equals 9.
y equals to 3.
Y equals to 3.
Yeah.
3 and 3.
So y equals to 3. So also you can be told you have this point, and then graph the vertical line. Okay, I think I gave you such a question in your exam, in your first exam. So graph the vertical line going through the ordered pairs. Let's say the same ordered pairs. Write the equation of the vertical line. So the point is -2 and 3. So what is the equation of the vertical line? What is the equation of the vertical line?
Isn't it x equals
X equals to what?
-2.
-2. So x equals to -2. X equals to -2. Okay, so number 2. For this, rationalize the denominator and simplify if possible. Very simple, right? So rationalize the denominator. You multiply by what? The root of 35, root of what? 35. And then you just simplify. You simplify. Okay, so there is another one which was in your exam. Which I gave you in your exam.
Number 8.
Which number was it?
8.
It was not number 8.
It was.
This.
Was it A or B?
This one.
Yeah, that one was.
So the number 4. Number 4. So for the cube root square all over 7. You can all see the screen, right?
I can see the piece of paper that you're writing on.
Okay. So if you have such a question like this, then how do you rationalize this one? So basically, this is the same as for the cube root of all over 7, the cube root of 5 square, right? So how should we remove the cube root there? So what should we do to remove the cube root? What should we do? We multiply by what? So we multiply by, looking at this, so we want to remove this cube root here. So we multiply by what?
The cube root of 5 over the cube root of 5?
5 all over the cube root of 5. Because looking at this one, so we're trying to remove this, and this is 2. So we need to get another one here so that it becomes 3, right? And then it will cancel. So it will become 3, and then this will cancel. So finally, this is equals to the 4, the cube root of 2, the cube root of 5, all over what? 7 times what?
5.
It's 5. 7 times 5. And finally, this is equals to 4, the cube root of what? 10 all over 5. All over 35. So that was how to do it. That was how to do it. You lost points there, right? Oh, you got it?
I think so. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Okay, let me,
Can you do number 8?
number 8.
Yeah.
So number 8 was saying,
I hate that question.
so number 8 was 2 handyman can do a home repair. 2 guys can do the home repair in 2 hours. 2 guys. So 2 guys here. So one of the men takes 3 hours more than the other man. So that means one of the guys will take 3 plus what? X. And the other guy is what? X. Okay. How long does it take for each handyman to do the home repair individually? So that means one guy is this, so this is one guy. And this one is the second one. Okay? That is the second guy. And these are both. Okay, so the way we are doing is in 1 hour, then this guy will have done 1 over 3 plus what? x.
Mhm.
And also in 1 hour, this guy will have done 1 over x. And both of them in 1 hour will have done 1 over 2.
Mhm.
Yes. So if we add both of them, which is this and this, is equals to what?
1/2.
Yeah. So 1 over x plus 1 over 3 plus x equals to 1 over 2. And then now you simplify. You multiply by the least common factor. And our least common factor here is what? X, 3x plus x, and what?
2.
And 2. So you multiply both sides by that. Then you get the value of x. So what were you getting? X equals to what? Was it 3? And the other guy will get what? 3 plus 3, which is 6. So 3 and 6. So 3 and 6. Okay. Um, so where will we practice on that? And I turn this one off. Don't know why I'm turning this one off. Okay, so number 3. The discriminant for the quadratic equation is that the equation that one is 81. Therefore, the quadratic equation has what? Now, what did we say about the discriminant? So the discriminant was the b square minus 4ac, right?
Yeah.
And we say that if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then we have two real distinct solutions if it is greater than 0. If it is less than 0, we have what? Two complex solutions. Two complex solutions. And when it is equals to 0, then we have only one real solution. We only have one real solution. So in our case, this one is 81, so it is greater than what? 0. So we have what? Two distinct real solutions. Two distinct real solutions. So you need to remember, you can be given a different question, and maybe you're told this one is something else. Or if it is equals to 0, what will happen? If it is equals to 0, what is that? You need to know. So read more on that. Okay, so number 4, use the AC method to solve this. You remember the AC method? So what is the AC method?
6 times
So the product is AC, right? And the sum is what?
5.
B. So the product is AC and the sum is B. So you look for two numbers in which the product is AC and the sum is B. You see how simple it is? Yeah. Find the restricted value of rational expression. Find the restricted. What does it mean? Find the what? Critical points. Find the critical points. So what are the critical points? On the what? This is actually when it becomes undefined. When the solution becomes undefined. So that means the denominator is equals to 0. So what are the 2 points in which the denominator will be equals to 0? So you need to solve this. So you only solve x squared plus 2x minus 8 equals to 0. And then you get the values which will give you 0 here. Yes. Oh. Okay. So Kevin has a collection of 41 coins, nickel. Yeah, you guys will understand more about nickels and quarters. So you should be able to solve this. You should be able to solve that. Me, I don't know what these are. I don't know what quarters are. I know quarters are 25. 0.25, right?
Yeah,
And these ones are what?
0.5.
0.5. Me, I don't
It'd be
know.
0.5.
0.05.
0.05.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is another one called dime. Dime, right?
Yeah, they're 10.
0.10.
Yeah.
So you guys should know this. Actually, this one is where you formulate I think you formulate two quadratic equations, and then you get the values of x and y. So you formulate two equations, and then now you get the values.
Oh, you can either do, substitution.
Yeah, and then you do substitution and the other one. So this is in your notes. We did this one.
Yeah.
So you make sure you read.
So just the two equations would be x plus y equals 41.
Yeah, equals 41, and then
0.25 x plus
equals to
0.05 y equals 45.
yes,
Okay.
and then you use the substitution. Okay, so find the slope and the x and y intercepts of the line, this one, and write the intercepts as ordered pairs. You see how simple it is?
Don't you just make one of them 0 and solve it?
So you need to find the slope. What is the slope first? Using the slope intercept form, which was making y the subject, right? So when you make y the subject, then using y equals to mx plus c.
Correct.
So you get that m there. So that one is the what? The slope. Then now you come and get the x intercept is where y equals to 0. So what will be the ordered pair for the y intercept?
Something 0.
0 and what?
Yeah.
And that value, which is a constant, which you get from here. X, y intercept. No, I mean, x intercept is when y is equals to 0.
Yes.
So when y is equals to 0, then here, in fact, when y is equals to 0 here, then x will be equals to what? 11 over what?
5.
11 over 2. When y is equals to 0 here.
Oh, yeah.
So it will be 11 over 2. So it will be 11 over 2 and what? 0. So that is the ordered pair. Then when y-intercept is when x equals to 0. So what is y? 11 over 5. So what is the ordered pair? 0 and what? 11 over 5. So you get your 3 points. Okay, another one. This is what we did last. Find the distance between the points, this and this. Round your answer to the nearest tens. So you should know how to round your answer to the nearest tens. Do you know how to round it off?
I'm just kidding.
So rounding off, you need to. So in fact, the first after the decimal point is what? Tens.
Yeah.
And then you look for the next one. You see whether it's more than 5. If it is more than 5, then you
Round up.
round it up. If it is less than 5, then you just truncate the other one. Okay, so solve the equation number 9. Solve the equation, this one, and give both solutions for this. So how do you go by this? What is the first step?
Isolate the absolute value.
What is the first step? What do you do?
Get the absolute value alone.
Yes, so you leave the absolute value alone. That means you take this one to the other side.
Yes.
And then after that, then you remove the absolute value. So when you remove the absolute value, then the other side will be what? Plus or minus. Plus or minus. And then you get the value of x. So x will be plus or minus what you get from here.
Correct.
So how many points are those? So these are 9, right? 9 by 2 is what? 18.
Yeah.
And then there was another one which was having 2 here, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Right.
So those are 21 points already. Imagine 21 points. Within how many minutes have you used? We've not even used 10 minutes doing this. Within 10 minutes, you have 21 points. So my advice is, you see this practice solution, yeah, practice exam. Starts from question number 1, yeah. Go to that question number 1, and then in your text, in your notes, you go to section where you can find that question number 1. Read about it, make some simple notes about it, check it. After that, maybe you do one practice question there, and then you go to the next, like that.
Yeah.
So within 4 or 5 hours, you're done with reviewing this test.
Perfect.
Because you will expect almost a similar question, but they will just trick you. They will just put a different question here, a different value here, or something like that. So you should know how to do them. Actually, you will not get anything outside all these things. Everything that you will do is what we have learned in class and what is in our notes. Okay, so that is number 9. Okay, number 10. So number 10 is just similar to what we have done just a few minutes ago. So Mildred can row the boat about 3 miles per hour in still water on a river. This is what we've done. I think we've done like 4 to 5 questions.
I hate these questions.
We have done 4 to 5 questions of this kind, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is like getting the distance. So distance equals to speed times time. Or speed equals to distance all over time. Or time equals to distance over speed. So you need to know what happens there. This is also in our notes. All right, another tricky question is this. And I think I also gave you such a similar question. So number 11. This is very tricky. So you need to choose how many ordered pairs solve the system. So you need to check how many will solve the system. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how many? It is giving us what? Parallel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when it is parallel, what happens?
They never intersect.
They never intersect. So what is the system consistent or inconsistent? Is the system dependent or independent?
Inconsistent, independent.
So it is what? Inconsistent at all?
Independent.
Yes. So it should be, so you choose. So you choose this, so you cycle that and maybe that. So go and read again on this. What happens when you have 2 solutions? And what happens when you don't have the solution? Because this one you don't have the solution, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have the solution for this because they don't meet anywhere.
Right.
So the solution is where the system meets. So where the system meets, that's when you get the solution of that system. But if it doesn't meet, then you don't get a solution there. So there is no solution. So when there is no solution, then either the system is consistent or independent or inconsistent or something like that. So you go and still read on consistency and dependency.
So that means there'd be no ordered pairs to solve it, correct?
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't even have to do the problem.
You just check, because this one is, you've just been given Actually, this one is so simple because you've seen that
Right.
it is parallel.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah. So you don't have to solve anything here.
correct. Yeah.
You just see they are parallel. So you know what happens to the parallel. Oh, you can even see from here, looking at this and this and this and this. Yeah. So when you take it to the other side, then they have the same gradient,
Right.
right? Yeah. So if they have the same gradient, that means the only thing that changes is the what? The intercepts. Okay, number 12. Solve the equation x minus 2 squared equals to 11. So what happens here? This is what we did almost last few days ago, right? So the last one will be what? You get a what? Are we getting the square root? Right?
Yes.
So we are multiplying by 1/2. That is similar to the what?
Square.
Square root. Now, when we get the square root, then that means this side will be plus or
Minus.
minus. So it will be plus or minus. So you'll have two solutions. X equals to 2, because you take these 2 to the other side, plus or minus the square root of 11. The square root of 11. They are very tricky, right?
Yeah.
Okay, solve the equation. Look at this. Very simple. This one is you're using what? Zero product property. X plus 6 equals to 0. X minus 5 equals to 0. 3x minus 2 equals to 0. X is equals to minus 6. X is equals to 5. X is equals to 2/3. And you get your answer.
Yep.
You get your answer. Okay, simplify as assuming variables represent the positive numbers. So you simplify. So 54 is it 9 and 1? 9 and 6. So 9 by 6, y raised to 6. Simplify that. You'll get your answer. Section 2.3. Solve the following. P equals to this for L. So making L the subject. So you take the other values to the other side and then you divide by what? 2. You get your answer. We are at number 15. Number 16. Evaluate if possible, showing work. So this is similar to what? 1 over what? 1 over 125 raised to what? 2/3. Because this one is minus, then you can say 1 over 125 raised to 2/3. Yes, and then you simplify. So 125 is like 5 raised to 3, right? And then this is actually the same as what? 25. 1 over 25. Because it is 1 over 5 raised to 3, that 3 will cancel, and then you square. You get 1 over 25. Okay, change this one. 7 into equivalent equations in radical form. So you change this one to radical form. What is radical? The what? The roots. So this is the fifth, is it? This one is the fifth root of what? 7x squared cubed raised to 2. So the fifth root. So you need to write in that radical form. All right, number 18.
Can you do that one?
This one?
Yeah.
So this is 7x cubed raised to 2 all over 5. Were you seeing the screen?
I see the Owl Labs thing loading.
Or were you seeing previously?
Previously, I was seeing the screen. I was seeing the practice exam.
Oh, okay. So you can now see it, huh?
Yeah, I see the paper.
Okay, so when you want to write this one in radical form, then, so this is raised to 5. So see, this is similar to 7x cubed raised to 1 over 5. All these raised to what? 2. Or this is 7x cubed square raised to what? 1 over 5.
Okay.
And you can use this one to change this one to radical form. So this is actually similar to the 5th root of what? 7x cubed square. Just like that.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh. All right.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah, so that is it.
Interesting.
Oh.
I
Very
think we're
well.
going the wrong way. There it is. There we go.
Yeah. So just like that.
I see. Thanks.
Okay, so I think our time is up. So we can meet on Friday for the last class. We finish the review. And then I just posted some of the review tests in Moodle. So I just posted like a few minutes ago. So you go try this, the practice test, and then I'll send you the solutions on after our class on Monday, on Friday.
Okay.
So I'll send the solutions.
And we can still do our homework, right? Turn in our homework.
So you guys have, so I wrote a mail yesterday. So did you check your final, what you have in Moodle? So what, so far, what the overall,
Like the overall grade?
yeah.
Yes.
So you see, if you don't do your, if you do, make sure you do your quizzes and then, I mean, if you've done, even if you've not done it, because I think we are done with our homeworks and everything.
Yeah.
So make sure you do them and then I'll go still check them, because some of you have a 0.
Right.
So in your quizzes.
The quizzes or the homework?
The homeworks.
Okay.
And then if you do not do the quiz, then you can do it and then send it to me.
You're gonna drop some of the quizzes though, right?
Yeah, I'll take like 5 or, yeah, I think
Perfect.
5 or 6 quizzes there.
Sweet.
So I'll pick the highest.
Yeah, that's good.
Awesome. Take the hundreds.
Yeah, so I'll pick the highest. I will see what people are getting, so I'll pick
Okay.
the highest.
Okay.
And then the one which I pick and you did not do it and you got a 0, that will be a problem.
Right.
So I can pick something which people got the highest and you did not do that quiz. So you see, you'll be disadvantaged.
I see.
So actually I'm picking for, if it is a quiz number 1, I'll pick for everyone. Quiz number 2, I'll pick for everyone. As long as you got a 0, then that is it. I cannot replace your quiz because it will be unfair.
Oh, I see. You're taking the same quiz for everybody.
Yes, from everybody.
Huh.
Okay, thank you.
All right, see you. Hey, make sure you do your homework. I saw you did not do your homework. You've not done your homework. So
Like 3 or 4.
when I gave you a deadline, deadline is next Friday.
Perfect.
Okay?
Sweet.
Okay, thank you.
All right. See you.
See ya.